So the Hossin patch finally came out for Planetside 2 the other day, and for the first time in several months, I logged into Planetside 2 with the intention of playing the game. I got several lengthy kill streaks and good C4 vehicle kills, and took part in many glorious victories. Well, at least that's what was happening between several game crashes, a few UI bugs, and having my drop pod bounce off a tree and catapult me into orbit on 4 separate occasions. Apparently trees are now a faction, with the player base very skilled at killing aircraft, and they have their own drop pod catapult superweapon. I kinda want a faction switch to tree now. Make no mistake, this game is still buggy, though I'm sure some fanboys will claim that drop pods being launched off the continent into the out-of-bounds area is in fact a feature meant to help people redeploy and is in no way indicative of bugginess. I suppose as someone who often plays Light Assault, I'm supposed to be enjoying myself on the new continent. Hossin, as a battlefield, seems to create an environment that's a lot more friendly to Light Assault players. The underbrush is in many areas quite dense, and the trees quite tall, and it makes it very easy to get behind enemy lines for huge kill streaks, and to ambush tanks and large squads of people, though I wonder if I'm going to be banned for cooperating with trees like this. A reasonably good Light Assault player can rake in kills in many locations on Hossin. The dense tree canopies are probably going to give pilots a significantly harder time firing on ground forces in certain areas, and people who tend to like ground wars, be them vehicle drivers or infantry classes, will probably feel quite comfortable. But, for me, getting big kill streaks isn't everything. I can't enjoy a game just because I'm doing well. I still find myself largely unmoved, no matter how many tanks are destroyed and infantry squads are wiped out. I'm still stuck at 74 vertical FOV, and still come across abandoned or AFK vehicles that I'm not allowed to destroy because the game and a good chunk of the community think it's unfair for AFK players to die, and feel they are entitled to immunity from death even when AFK, unless a large enough enemy force happens across their unguarded vehicle. It reminds me of when C4 versus aircraft was nerfed, and Light Assaults could no longer destroy Liberators with 2 C4 bricks. It feels as if skill has been made less and less of a factor, in favor of entitlements and special treatment. You're special, and when you fly low and someone plants C4 on your aircraft, you should survive, even though you placed yourself in significant danger, because you're a special, entitled snowflake. Oh, am I sounding cynical? Well, I suppose it's not all bleak. Hossin does seem to be a decent addition to the continent roster. I would have perhaps preferred it to have giant swamp monsters that ate people, or a volcanic continent with lava that kills anyone who touches it, but I can't say I dislike what I have seen on Hossin so far. There's enough canopy and underbrush to have ground battles, and enough open places that aircraft aren't useless, and I haven't heard any major complaints about the map from people in-game thus far, either ground forces or pilots. The facilities seem to be a legitimate step up over the otherwise identical bases from other continents, and hopefully with the implementation of continent locking, we'll see some better gameplay overall, and perhaps Planetside 2 will have taken a step in the right direction. I can see myself making more videos on Hossin, and perhaps giving the game a try again. I suppose that'd mean things seem to be looking up, though when one is in a drop pod in orbit, one must look down in order to see Hossin. Well, I suppose that could also be looking up depending on how you look at it, since if you're in space, every direction could really be up or down. The game is without question still buggy, but who knows? Maybe in between the bugs and anti-gravity drop pod catapult trees, one can take some time to appreciate the scenery of the Hossin swamps. The fireflies really are quite nice at night. Time will tell. I'll see you next time. Later, YouTube.